everyone. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you're new here, my name is Christie. This is Cosmo. And if he behaves, I'm going to let him stay. We'll see. Sometimes he wasn't behaving a while ago when I went to go put him up. And I had to reset the whole notification for the video because it wouldn't work. And I feel Mercury retrograde is very powerful this time, and it's already starting to have an effect on things. I've noticed it quite a bit in my electronics, and especially YouTube shows its butt when we have a Mercury retrograde. So, anyway, as you notice, the title of this video is Loyalty. That came out last weekend on Saturday. Spirit showed me through the song that I'm going to share with you. Because when I read you the lyrics to a song, it's just like me pulling a card. Spirit uses music through me as as if I'm pulling a card because those lyrics are going to shape the reading, okay? So somehow this reading you get somewhere now. Get somewhere. I can't play with you on me. You have to get on my shoulder, sweetheart. Yeah, be a good boy, okay? Be a good boy. Yeah. And I have Otto, my dog, over there. Otto and Cosmo are part of my readings, and they alert me to anything that might be going on that I need to be aware of. And I do want to check the energy for this reading simply because it's called loyalty. And that would indicate that you have someone who's either very loyal to you or someone who's maybe not very loyal to you. And so sometimes that can bring negativity, right? When someone's not loyal. Have you ever had someone who was not loyal to you? Sometimes I don't even think we understand what loyalty is. A lot of us haven't got a clue what loyalty is. And one thing that I can tell you about loyalty is that loyalty is when we are faithful to things that are true. We aren't expected, Cosmo's dancing, we aren't expected to be faithful to lies. Hello, how are you guys? Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful to have you. And I will be doing Q&A after the general reading, and I also will be pulling lottery numbers. And I've tagged these. You can purchase these from the places that I tag them in, and I use the places that had the best prices for you if you were interested in doing that. But I've also created cards with the exact amount of lottery numbers because they use a certain amount of numbers. I think it's different for every country, but in the U.S. it's like 66 numbers, and they only pull one of each of those numbers. So it can only be 1 through 66 for each 8 or 5 or however many numbers you're going to play. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll pull as many numbers as you want as long as you put them in one comment. Don't comment but one right, behind the other. The way my Q&A works is you get one question for free. All my questions are free, but I want you to put everything you want to know in one comment, okay? That's the only way it makes it fair because other people want to have their answers um, gotten I have to get to other people's answers as well. I'm having trouble. Mercury retrograde is definitely starting to affect everybody because when I can't speak during a reading and I can't articulate, my words come out like, if you've seen my videos, you know. But for some reason, I'm having a hard time speaking what I want to say. Anyway, these are called Fan Roll 1 pound of premium assorted resin dice. And I know they go up to at least 90. So I'm going to use those to do the lottery numbers, and I'm praying and asking God for God's grace and mercy that someone today, more than someone today, can win who's in a desperate situation, who has no money, who needs desperately money to feed their family, to pay their bills, to take care of someone who's sick. That's what I want people to get the lottery winners for. Not so you can, go up and down the coast on a yacht like Kid Rock. I mean, not saying you shouldn't do that if you win, and I hope you'll take me with you. Um, but my main concern are people who are in dire straits and they need money to survive. And so that's why I don't normally use my gifts in that way. I've only done it once in my life, and it worked. A man in a convenience store asked me had I ever used my gifts that way, and I told him no. And he said, "Well, does it work?" And I said, "I don't know. I've never tried." So he told me to pull scratch offs. And he told me, "You pick the ones to pull, and I'll pull them." And he pulled $20 scratch offs. And we literally won six $100 scratch offs in a row. And I said, "Don't pull another one. There's no more winners." And he said, "I got to see." So he scratched it off, and it was a loser. But he was the owner of the store, so I guess he could afford to do it. And we were both in such awe at what Spirit had just done that I didn't even think about asking him for part of the money. I just walked out like, and every time he saw me after that, he was like, that's a special woman right there. Don't mess with that woman." And I don't know about all that, but it worked. So we're going to see if it'll work again, and I hope and pray that it does. I don't even know I don't even know how the lottery works. So I'm going to have to look it up on my phone to see what to do. I should go to the gym more. You're probably right. I probably should. In fact, I've been thinking about doing that. I've honestly been thinking about doing that. But I have diseases that I can't do. My doctor has me on a restriction. I'm not allowed to walk to the mailbox. And my mailbox is it's a hike. It's not, like right outside the window. The mailbox is down a long dirt path. But my doctor told me I was allowed to walk half a block and back, and that was it because of what's going on with my body. But he did tell me that I could swim, that I could get exercise in a pool. And so I'm thinking about joining a gym that has a swimming pool so I can do that. Cosmo says, "Hi, Patty. Hi." So thank you for your advice, Skylar. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. Make sure that you subscribe, share, hype, and all of that stuff. All right, let's get started. The name of the song that came through last weekend was Loyalty. And I have tried since last Saturday to do this video. And every time I get ready to start it, something will happen. A friend will call who needs me. Someone will show up who wants to visit me. And it's like, I have to be loyal to these people because they are my friends. Yes, you are my friends as well, but this video can wait. These people are here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need me now, right this second. The video will happen when it's meant to happen, and it's meant to happen now. So here we go. The name of the song, as I said, is Loyalty. And it's by somebody called Will Raven. It looks like this. I've put a link in the description box for you so that you can go back and listen to this again because you're going to want to hear this again. This song is going to stick with you. The first time I ever heard it, I was like, wow. All right, so it goes like this, and this is just like me pulling a card, so it's important that you hear these lyrics. Out here, we don't just talk about loyalty, we bleed it. Stand with me or stand back. Ain't no middle line. Commitment ain't cute, it's ugly and raw. It's taking the heat when you ain't at fault. Devotion ain't sweet, it's scars and steel. It's a promise kept when the world won't kneel. It's a late night call when your brother's low. It's showing up broke just to let him know. It's keeping it real when the world goes fake. It's the silence you keep, not the noise you make. I got integrity you can't just buy. And if I said I'm with you, I'll ride or die. If friendship's duty, honor, it's friendship, duty, honor, pain. It's the tears that fall in the driving rain. It's the truth you hold when lies come fast. It's a future built on a haunted past. And I'll carry that torch till my last breath fades. 'Cause loyalty's a life, not a word you say. Where oaths ain't spoken, they're lived through war, etched in the soul like a permanent scar. We never sway. Loyalty ain't loud, but it never looks away. When you'd rather take rounds than turn your back, it's the look in your eyes when you don't flinch once. When the world pulls knives and you never run. It's standing in court and you don't say names. It's the weight you carry from your brother's sins. When the world shuts him out, but you let him in. It's holding your line when the smoke gets thick. When the games go dirty, but you don't twitch. Or switch, but you don't switch. It's the calls you take at 3 a.m. when the whole world left, but you showed again. It's knowing the cost and still paying in full. It's the burn of the code when you play by the rule. It ain't for the weak, this life we claim. It's branded deep in blood and name. Where oaths ain't spoken, they're lived through war, etched in the soul like a permanent scar. We never sway, loyalty ain't loud, but it never looks away. This is going to be a very deep reading for somebody. Somebody's already feeling what I'm saying. You've been feeling it for a while now. You know if you're supposed to be loyal to somebody, whether you're being loyal or not. And loyalty can mean a lot of things. But these are the things that it really means. It doesn't matter what the scenario is, how it switches up. If you say you're going to be loyal to somebody, you're loyal. And that's just facts. You don't turn your back on somebody because things change. Things happen in life. And when that happens to somebody, you don't turn your back on them or treat them with cruelty or throw them under the bus. If you've told them you'll be there through thick and thin, then you keep your word. And sometimes that can get heavy and it can leave a scar. But we don't turn our back on those we love. We're loyal. loyalty is character, it's integrity, it's honor, and not everyone has loyalty. A lot of people say they have loyalty, but when the rubber hits the road, they're nowhere to be found. Or they're real loud. And see, loyalty's not loud, it's quiet. Loyalty doesn't make a lot of noise, a lot of chatter. It doesn't have a lot of bad things to say about you because you get angry. Even when you're angry, you stay loyal. That's character. That's integrity. And some of us have it, and some of us never will. And when you've been the victim of someone else's disloyalty, you understand what I'm saying. When someone has been there for you no matter what, and then all of a sudden that person is in a place in life where they need you and you turn your back on them and talk shit about them because they can't do anything for you anymore, that's not loyalty. That's using someone and calling it loyalty. And I have seen it done so many times. I've had it done to me. I've had it done to me recently. And Spirit, for some reason, wants to talk about it. And so that's what we're going to do. And I don't know what's going to come out. And I really don't care. I am not going to sugarcoat anything for you. And if it hurts your feelings, good. I hope it hurts them deep enough that you'll actually be willing to change, because pain is the only thing that changes us. All right, Cosmo, you got to look. He's been biting me until I'm bleeding. You see what I'm saying? Some people will say they're loyal to you, but when it comes right down to it, they'll bite your ass. They will bite your ass. They'll bite you in the ass. I'm going to put him up because if not, he's going to tear a hole in me. He's got me about 10 times while I was talking about loyalty. Cosmo, you got to stop, boy. You got to stop. I will tell you that I feel that that song that I just read to you is going to merit you listening to it a few times to really grasp everything. And if you make somebody a promise, I had a friend who spent 6 years in prison for his first offense of trafficking drugs. And the reason why he spent 6 years in prison, he had family members who were in the legal system who had it set up so he all he had to do was, but he told that person when he started doing what he was doing with that person that he would never drop a name. And he did his 6 year sentence in prison because he never dropped a name. He lost his family's respect. His family no longer respected him and had nothing to do with him because of it. But I get it. I get it. Even though I don't necessarily know that I agree with it, because I don't agree with the trafficking. That part of it is what I don't agree with. But you made a commitment to somebody that you were going to do something illegal. And if y'all got caught, You were not going to drop the name if you were the one that had the handcuffs on. And if you make that kind of commitment, loyalty means you keep it. The guy ended up going to prison himself. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. The guy that he didn't drop the name was in in the process of being processed in for trafficking drugs when my friend was being released. So he eventually got caught too. And so did some other people that were involved, but not because my friend dropped any names. And to me, that's loyalty. That's loyalty. But that same person has recently turned their back on me after I did everything in my power to help them while they were in prison and when they got out. Because I got sick and couldn't work, and we had the phone bill in my name for about 5 years. And right before I got sick and couldn't work, we put it in his name. I sometimes paid $500 to $800 a month for me, him, and my daughter to have phones and watches because the phone bill kept going up and up and up. And never did I one time complain about paying his phone bill. And he kept saying, if you need any help, just let us know. So finally, I called him one day and I said, I need you to pay the phone bill for April. I can't do it. Well, April came and it didn't get paid. And then May came and it still hadn't gotten paid for April. And I was paying everything I could to keep it on. I called and asked him to put everything in my name except for his phone so I could take the responsibility that I had agreed to when he put it in his name. I agreed to pay the bill. So when the lady called him, he was going through some shit, and instead of trusting my judgment because we're friends or thought we were friends, he told her no and took me off as a person that could use and make decisions on the phone bill. And she said, do you not understand what I'm saying to you? She's taking all the responsibility off of you, so you're not responsible for it. And at that point, it was still like $350, and now it's over 1,000. And he's angry at me and throwing stuff in my face from 2009. Sweetheart, that is not loyalty. I don't give a fuck how many years you spent in prison for your trafficking thugs. You can be loyal to them, but when it comes to me, that tells me a deeper truth about your friendship with me. You were better friends with a drug dealer that you were trafficking drugs with than you ever were with me. The only thing I was to you was a meal ticket for you and your girlfriend, who you pretended was not your girlfriend. And I know for a fact I sent you $1,000, and within 3 weeks you were asking me for more money. And then I found out that you could send money orders home. And when I sent you that money, you sent that money to her. I'm no dumbass. I know a lot of shit that I have never spoken out loud. A lot of shit. And I know that there's a lot of shit being talked about me that's not true. But the truth always comes out. And whatever you decide to do with this is on you now. Because I was faithful and I was loyal, and I still am. But karma is real. And you keep mistreating me, and it's going to show you how real it is. And I pray that God has mercy on you when it happens, because you have been so cruel to me when I was sick, saying that I was lying about being sick, saying some of the most nasty, vile things a person could say to somebody. No, you are not my friend. You never were. But you were loyal to a doctor. Think about that for a minute. I want you to let that sink in. Let that sink in. And if you're resonating with this and someone has done this to you, I'm sorry. Because it's not just me that it happens to. This happens to a lot of people. A lot of people. Loyalty is something that people have a really hard time with. And loyalty is one of those things that takes a strong character. A character that doesn't change. All right, Spirit's telling me to pull these. Spirit, what message may I get? May I have a message, please, for this collective? Can you use me in ways that will blow my mind? Spirit, you know the gifts that you've given me, and you know how to use them, even in my human frailty and in my mistakes. You can work. And I'm trusting you that you are going to do miraculous things today. Can we have a message, please, for this collective about loyalty? What is it we need to know about loyalty? I got honesty, obedience, joy in reverse, compassion upright, forgiveness, and a lack of gratitude. Okay, so we have a complicated situation going on here. Someone lacks gratitude and they're unhappy. There, there's someone here who's being honest and they're being obedient. They're doing what they're told by those in authority. Okay, so somebody was honest and obedient, but they weren't happy about it. They weren't happy that they had to do it, or someone else may not have been happy. And now there's someone who's having compassion and forgiveness because of their lack of gratitude. So it's almost like somebody helped you and you didn't appreciate it. And now you're realizing the truth and you're having to do what you're told. It's almost like somebody's telling you what to do here because you otherwise wouldn't do the right thing. It's that kind of situation. It could be on probation. This could be a parent. It could be a family member. But somehow it has to do with honesty, obedience, being unhappy, having compassion, forgiveness, and no gratitude. You're forgiving somebody and having compassion on somebody who had no gratitude for all the things you did. You were honest with them. You did what they asked you to do, even though you weren't happy about doing it. And you had compassion on them, and now you're forgiving them because they did not care that you were loyal. This is loyalty right here. And it's like somebody just did not care. Look, can't make it up. No loyalty. Can't make it up. And love under that. No loyalty and no gratitude. And this person is being compassionate and forgiving you anyway, even though you've made their life incredibly unhappy with the way you've treated them or the way they've treated you. Also, I'm advertising the Joker Tarot, and I've put a link in where you can purchase it. I put the cheapest link where you could purchase it because it was $28.95 where I purchased it. Pretty expensive deck of cards, but I have to say it is very amazing. That's the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess. This is the Empress. And look at the Emperor. Very cool deck of cards. So we're going to use those today, I think, for this reading. But for right now, I'm going to continue on with the way Spirit wants me to continue on, which is to look at what's going on at home. Spirit, what's going on at home when it comes to loyalty? Common interests and opposites are not aligning. So there's someone in your home life that's maybe your opposite, but you guys are not in alignment with each other. Or they might be your opposite, I don't know. You're growing apart even though you have common interests. What's going on at home when it comes to loyalty? You're bickering because of not having common interests. So you don't see things the same way. What's going on at home when it comes to loyalty? Spirit, may I see, please? You're codependent. Silent treatment in reverse. A safe space. And no future vision. So you're codependent with somebody, but you're talking to this person because you feel like they're a safe space, even though neither of you share a vision of the future. A very unhealthy relationship is going on in your home life. That's what's going on at home. Alright, what about work? What's going on at work? At work, the biological clock is ticking. I don't know what that might mean. You might be getting close to retirement age. Can you clarify biological clock? Spirit might be working on you having a baby. The biological clock is about having a child with someone. Maybe this person's too old to have a baby with you. What are you working on a biological clock about? Somebody going on new adventures. What I feel that this means is that you're with somebody who maybe can't have a child with you, and so you want to meet somebody new. Because you two are a safe space for each other, but only because you're codependent and because you can tell this person your darkest secrets and they would never tell anybody. It's like the two of you have this very unhealthy relationship that you've created a trauma bond, a safe space together, and you're not even having mutual growth. Alright, what's the surprise when it comes to loyalty? Your heart is open. Surprisingly, someone's heart is open and they want to have infidelity with their best friend. Your heart is open to, or maybe infidelity and best friend are in reverse. So you could have had a best friend that your heart was open to. For some reason, your heart's open to this best friend that you're not speaking to because of infidelity. That's your surprise. Alright, and love life. What's going on in your love life when it comes to loyalty? Mutual effort. In your love life, you're putting in mutual effort. Oh, wait. Somebody's faking it. Somebody is faking that they're putting in mutual effort. And there's also bad sex, which can mean no sex. Why are they faking mutual effort in the love life? Because they don't want anybody to see that the two of you have shared healing. They don't want to be seen with you. It's like people can see that both of you need to heal. That's what it's saying. You're faking it, but you realize that the two of you, oh, my breast is itching. There's something going on with someone's right breast. It's like people can see that both of you need to heal, even though you don't want people to see that. And people can see that you're faking it when it comes to putting in mutual effort. They can tell you're not invested here. Bad sex keeps coming out. It's like the two of you don't have good sex. Alright, and what's your role here? There might not be any sex here. Oh, a lot came out. You've weathered a storm. This is not domestic bliss. You went through a battle of egos. This love is not enduring. And you are finally finding your identity. Where you had lost your identity in all of this, you're finding your identity. And what's your outcome when it comes to loyalty? If you're resonating with this, please let me know by liking, sharing, subscribing, and hyping. Oh, your outcome is you're going to chase your potential. And you're going to get away from someone that you had chosen as family. So it feels like you're leaving a relationship with someone. Why are you leaving the chosen family behind? Why is that happening? Because of those opposites not aligning. Typically, opposites align, but the two of you are opposites and you're not aligning. But someone here is afraid to leave or afraid for you to leave. What are you going to do? You're going to share a mirror. And what are you going to see in this mirror? Whoa, that flew out. That you're settling with somebody and you have common interests. What are your common interests? There it is. That you can't have children. You're settling with, remember biological clock? You're settling with someone. And look, this is not requited love. This love is not returned. You want children and you can't have children with this person. But you've created this safe place with them because they know all your bullshit and all your secrets. And you're codependent. And they're like, I'm not going to give you the silent treatment. It's like you may give this person the silent treatment at times. Like sometimes you might not want to talk to this person because, but sometimes they're your safe space. It's weird. It's like you guys have um, this relationship, but it's not always working. It feels like you might have a drinking problem and that you get along unless you're drunk and then you start fighting. But somebody wants a child and the two of you can't have children together. And you've been settling for somebody And you're even mirroring this, that you have common interests, that you can't have children together. So there's someone else here that can't have children together too. Or it's just the two of you. Like they can't have children and neither can you. Your heart is open, or was open. Your heart is still open, but there was infidelity with a best friend in the past. What was the outcome of that? This is your future spouse, but there's family pressures from that chosen family. This person has trust issues because they don't want to just be a catalyst flame. They don't want to be the one who they feel like they helped you to grow up and to become a man or a woman and to become a better person. And now they're having to give you up because there's someone else that was your best friend and that your heart's open and you want to marry that person. And this chosen family of yours is giving you a hard time about it. I don't think this family trusts you at all. And look, you want to build something with someone. It feels like you know exactly what you want to do and what it would take for you to be loyal. But see, you're not being loyal to the person you're with. The person you're with, you're using them. You might be using both of these people. I don't think you know what loyalty is if it kicked you in the ass. I think you were, if you've ever been loyal, it was because you were afraid if you weren't, somebody would kick you in the ass. Alright, Spirit, show me how you're working in this collective overall. How are you working? The sun came out upright with temperance in reverse. Spirit is working on somebody losing it. Like, I have completely had it with not being happy. I want joy in my life again. Remember, there's no happiness. This person is over it. Whatever it is that's causing them a lack of temperance, they want happiness. Spirit is trying to give somebody happiness by making them sick and tired of being sick and tired of whatever's going on here. And I think I just described you what's going on here. All right, what's the energy to overcome here? The devil came out. And what's going to pull it together? Woo, that flew out. The wheel's coming. The wheel is in reverse. Woo, and we have a tower on the bottom of the deck. Good God Almighty. All right, let's get on in. Let's get these shuffled up and see what comes out. I am going to look at one more thing real quick. I cut the deck at the Emperor and the Two of Cups. These are going to have to be shuffled pretty well because they're new. I think they're going to be a really good deck of cards. They had a lot of powerful energy when I kept going back to them. The Seven of Wands and the Two of Cups. The pictures on these cards are going to tell a story in itself. So we have Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and then we have all the fixed signs, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. And we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius on the bottom of the deck. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups in reverse. So it's like you have all the money in the world, but no happiness to spend it with anyone. And that happens sometimes when you're not loyal to people. The Seven of Cups. God, the Seven of Cups. And the Ten of Cups in reverse. The pictures on these cards are amazing. Alright, I'm going to cut these with my left hand. Okay. First time I've used them, so I want to make sure that I start them out properly. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a little bit more to find out a little bit more. Why is Temperance here? Divine Masculine was on the bottom of the deck. Temperance is here because of that tower over there. That tower, it hasn't happened yet, but it's time for somebody to wake up and realize, smell the roses. It's time to wake up and realize something. What's the epiphany they need to realize? It's time for them to wake up. I think that they need to be happy in life. That they're miserable as hell, and they're making themselves that way by the choices that they make. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, hyping, whatever you do to help me grow my channel. I appreciate it. Alright, show me what this epiphany is. Okay. That you're dealing with a toxic psycho. It's time for you to realize that you're dealing with a toxic psycho. Why is the sun here? Because of lust in reverse. Remember, the sex was bad? And you're exhausted. You're tired of this. You're not attracted to this person. And you just want to clear your mind, let go, and breathe. You want to recharge. Yeah, that. What would make you happy is to get away from this toxic psycho. You remember I said y'all had toxic shit going on in your home life? Where you kept secrets for each other? It's not loyalty. Loyalty. What did I do with that card? Here it is. I want you to hear what loyalty is. A lasting devotion to things that are true. It's not you being loyal to somebody who tells you, shh, don't tell my secrets. Don't tell the things I do wrong. Tell on me when I do something wrong. That's manipulation. That's not loyalty. A true friend would not ask you to tell on things they do wrong. They would not do wrong. And when they did, they would own their own shit. They wouldn't ask you to keep it quiet. So you don't understand loyalty at all. Your concept of it is skewed. This person's concept of loyalty is toxic, and they're psycho. You're being loyal to a toxic psycho that you're not attracted to, that you're tired of, and you need a vacation from. A permanent vacation from. But you love this person. Sometimes you have to love people from a distance, even family. Look, somebody's hopeful. Why is the devil here? Why is the devil here? What's the vibe of this? Is the energy to overcome. which makes me think that it's something that's got this person like an addiction or a mental illness. It could be that psycho vibe. What's the energy to overcome? Okay. The possibility of blocking somebody. You want to block somebody. There's a possibility that someone could be blocked. And that's the energy for you to overcome. Is I think you really, really need to block this person. Why are you so hesitant? Because this is your soulmate. What would happen if you blocked them? Alright, that's the wheel, Spirit said. What's the wheel? You would have no more tension. You would no longer be trapped. You would be wearing a mask, hiding, concealing, and deceiving somebody about wishful thinking. They're not wishful thinking, but you would be pretending like they are. Or something. Everything's in reverse except you wearing a mask. Why are you wearing a mask? Because you're longing, and this person is salty. So they're pretending like they're not salty. This person misses you. Let's talk. Let's have a reunion. But they're pissed off. They're wearing a mask about how salty they are. Because they want you to be trapped in this tension and wishful thinking. That's the wheel. Is you're going to stop being trapped and having tension and wishful thinking. And you're going to realize that this person is wearing a mask. And that the truth is that they're guilty. What are they longing for? I think blocking you. Cutting ties. I can't make this shit up. This person wants to cut ties with you so bad. They're scared of you. They're scared of you because you're crazy. Why is the tower on the bottom of the deck? We're getting ready to go real deep with this message. This message has been sitting with me for a week. Because somebody is hopeful. That's why the tower's there. What are you hopeful about? About drowning. Getting in over your head, overextended, and hitting rock bottom. So you're hoping that this person will finally hit rock bottom so they'll change. You need to wake up and smell the roses. What's the truth about this person? Are they going to change? I don't think they are. I truly don't think they are. Oh my God. Somebody's going to get settled, secure, and have wealth. They're going to be established. It's divine masculine, suffering in silence because he's alone. He's got plenty of money, but nobody to share it with because he's fucking crazy. And he doesn't understand loyalty. If loyalty slapped him upside the face and said, "This is loyalty," he wouldn't recognize it. You're dealing with a divine masculine who you want to get away from. You're no longer attracted to them. There's a lot of toxicity going on. It looks like there's a third party involved that they might live with. Or you might be the one who lives with them. I don't know. Alright, so I think we've seen what we need to see so far. We kind of know what's going on here. Let's jump in and find out. For some reason, you're hoping somebody will drown. You're hoping that somebody will hit rock bottom. That's the only thing I forgot to ask about, but that's okay. We're going to ask about that now. Alright, why is temperance here for this? Yeah, way spirit's working. Otto is snoring. He's sleeping so good. He's peaceful. This is going to eventually bring you a sense of peace that's going to help you to sleep better. And all that tension you've been carrying is going to finally leave your body. You're going to get away from this person. Why is temperance here? May I see why temperance is here? I've never seen anybody so crazy. This person is a complete psycho, a whack job. And they just happen to be your divine masculine. Bless your heart. I'm not taking all these cards. I'm putting them all back. Why is temperance in reverse for this collective? There we go. Wow. Wow. Okay. What you're tired of is the Five of Swords. I want to see what the book says about this card because I'm not quite sure what's being shown in the picture. And these cards are very specific. They have a very specific meaning. That's a I usually keep that card in the deck as like a fill in the blank. So I'm gonna put it in the deck. But I want to understand what this card particularly means. I'm not going to read them all, but this one in itself is interesting. If I can see. I do have some glasses coming soon, thank God. They have this in all kinds of languages, so I gotta find it in English. I think they're French or something. Oh, come on. Page of Pentacles. Okay, there we go. Wands. I'm looking for swords. We're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, they're very short too. Five of Swords. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Martin Luther King Jr. And what we have here is a man that's got a sword. And there's kids here. And there's papers flying everywhere. And typically they also have swords. And they've been playing some sort of game with the swords. Or fighting even. But in this particular deck, basically what it's saying is don't give up. You're fighting for your life here. Like these kids, this is probably their homework. And they were probably just walking by trying to get home, and this psycho threatened them with a sword, and they threw everything and took off running. But yet they stop to look back. It's like they stop to look back at this person because in the Five of Swords, in the original tarot, that person, they don't play fair. They don't fight fair. And it's almost like he's got something to say, and they stop to hear what he has to say. So I think this person manipulates you with their words. They scare you and manipulate you with what they say. Okay? That's what you're getting tired of. You're a Queen of Wands. So you're probably a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Leo is here twice. In fact, 3 times. And this is a very beautiful, light up the room, commands the attention of everyone in the room, loves to be the center of attention, always fun, outgoing, a little sometimes too outgoing, too outspoken, can be an attention whore at times. I mean, they love to be the center of attention. And sometimes if they don't get it, they can get upset. But this person's upright, which means they're probably not that way. They're probably just a lot of fun to be around, very creative. They have a lot of energy. They're always doing something. They're never still. They're always on the move. And even if they are still, they're creating within. They're constantly thinking about how they can do their next whatever. What are we going to do next? They're constantly thinking, what can we do next? But see, somebody, unless this is her, uses their words to scare you, okay? That's what you're losing your patience with. You either are this woman, it would indicate that you're a Sagittarius because it's temperance. It's clarifying temperance, which would indicate to me that we're dealing with a Sagittarius who has been dealing with someone who doesn't fight fair, and they've been using their words to scare her or try to. And it has to do with money and a lot of it. Do you see how this family looks afraid, even though they have it all? This isn't a typical Ten of Pentacles, is it? They have a very barren, it's almost like they live in a time when money is scarce. They have it all, but their fear of losing it is overriding the fun of actually enjoying it. Somehow, this woman has it all, but she's afraid of losing it. And look, she's walking away. The Eight of Cups is here. But that doesn't really look like her. That looks like somebody else walking away from her. So somebody is walking away from having it all because they're tired of the manipulation. Somebody has been manipulating this person's money, and they may have gotten them into a place where they've almost spent their whole legacy trying to help this person or these people, and they can't do anything more for them. So now there's no use for them, so they're going to just walk away. I have no more use. I've spent up all your legacy. Your legacy's gone, so I have no use for you anymore. Alright, why is the Sun here? That's probably a Sagittarius. This is the Leo. That turned over very gently. the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a rebuilding, re-strategizing, coming up with an idea of how you can get your money back together. How you can get your physical belongings back together where they need to be. And so, whoever this is that's walking away, they're moving towards someone else who wants to help them rebuild. Okay? Why? Oh, this is a relationship forming. This Queen of Wands, this Sagittarius, is forming a relationship. Outcome of that, they're gonna have a lot of happiness in this relationship. Outcome of that relationship with that Knight of Wands. I mean, Knight of Pentacles. Why'd I call him a Knight of Wands? It's the King of Swords, and they're breaking up with him. So he's coming back to the Sagittarius wanting to make amends. And she's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. No. Not no, but hell no. I'm not going to have anything to do with you. Alright, why is the Devil here? This is the energy to overcome. So why she's happy is because she's breaking it off with this King of Swords. The one who was being so, dirty with her. I mean, they were really being dirty with her. I don't know if I should take those or not. Let's see how many's there. That's too many. Alright, why is the Devil here? This is the energy to overcome. So if they come out again, I'll take them. Why is the Devil there to overcome? Why are we having to overcome this Devil? Because of the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Six of Swords. A lot of sixes. A lot of sixes in this reading. Alright, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. We also have a lot of eights in this reading. A lot of sixes and a lot of eights. So somebody is working. Maybe taking care of animals or doing something with animals. And there's somebody that's working. It's like they're working, and while they're working, somebody is criticizing their work, beating the hell out of them. It's like, you will not work or I will beat your ass. But you know what? This is funny because this person is like, I'm trying so hard to work on this, and all you ever want to do is criticize me and fight with me. So I am going to leave you. Remember, Eight of Cups? Not only are they leaving, there's Six of Swords leaving and Six of Wands leaving. You know what the Six of Wands is, right? Victory. Look at them. They're celebrating as they go. Like they've achieved something major. This person is overcoming the devil. And the devil in this case is someone who has been very evil and vile and psychotic to this person. All right, let's see what their wheel is, because they have a wheel coming. And I don't know if it's bad karma, a lesson, like a tough, difficult lesson, because karma's just lessons. This could be a tough lesson. The Four of Cups. Look, somebody's like, I am no longer in love with you. I don't want any love from you. I don't want to take any love from you. Why is the wheel in reverse? I don't know who this wheel is for. But depending on, because we have a tower coming too, remember. Why is the wheel in reverse? because of the Two of Pentacles. Because somebody wants to balance out things. They want things to be fair again and balanced. They're trying to get their money right, their checkbook straight. They're trying to get their wallet so it's not always empty. They're trying to balance things out. They're trying not to have more going out than coming in. And look, the moon on the bottom of the deck. And what's going to be the outcome of that Two of Pentacles? So something's going to happen. What's going to happen that's going to balance out your life? There's something beautiful about to happen for somebody, I think. And it's that Sagittarius that's getting away from that air sign. They're going to have something victorious happen that's going to balance out their money. I think they're going to meet somebody new. The Chariot just came out in reverse. Why is the Chariot in reverse? Because of that Four of Cups. The Page of Cups in reverse. The Empress in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Devil in reverse. And the Moon in reverse. This person is tired. Tired. Of living in uncertainty, not knowing what the hell is going to happen from one minute to the next, because of this person being psychotic and crazy. Look at the Devil. The Devil is holding this person in their hand. Oh, go away. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of all these notifications. Please like the video if you like it, if you're enjoying it. So they're tired of being uncertain. They're tired of being controlled by someone who has no morals or good interests in their favor. They have no integrity. They have no loyalty. This person was planning on, once again, what's happening with this wheel is there's an Empress who's going to stop being deceived and stop being lied to because of a friend of hers that's being withdrawn from her because she doesn't love this person anymore. That's why the Chariot's there. That's what, somebody can't get over that. That's why the Tower's happening. Why is the Tower here? It's like somebody can't get over this. Because of strength and the Hierophant. Somebody is going to realize that this is a very strong connection. A very strong spiritual connection. And why do we need to know that? Somebody's going to have a very strong spiritual connection. A lot of cards. Why do we need to know that? There we go. There we go. Because of somebody's got this woman right here that's been hurt so bad, this Sagittarius, is meeting a soulmate. And it's someone that she's going to work with. They're going to do things together that are going to be very creative. And this man is going to protect her with his life. Look at him. King of Wands. So this woman is going to realize that she has a man in her life. Look, and this is going to cause somebody a lot of pain. This person that was hurting her so badly that she's breaking up with, this King of Swords, that was trying to come back towards her to rebuild things, to come up with a new strategy. It's not going to happen. It's not. Alright, show me what happened here. May I see what happened here? I don't love you, and I don't trust your plans. Alright, what was being hidden? That I'm not staying up late at night. What's being shown? That somebody's getting a divorce, but they're fighting it, but don't lose hope. They're fighting getting a divorce, but don't lose hope. What's the outcome? They can't move on, but they're coming out of denial. And what are they coming out of denial about? That they're angry because they don't want to be alone. What's going to be the outcome about being alone? Somebody's going to make silent moves. And what are they going to move towards? You got away, and I don't have any more burdens. I've decided that if I let you get away, I won't have any more burdens. Somebody wants one last chance. Will they get it? Nope. They're too arrogant. You're not giving them another chance. And the grass isn't greener. What's going to happen with the King of Wands? They're watching you. They're divinely guided. They're a secret love. You're not telling anybody about them. They're not worried when it comes to somebody's jealousy because they know that their time is gone. They missed their time. They had a divine time for that relationship, and that's over. And they are going to have a commitment with this woman. There is a man that's coming into this Sagittarius's life that's going to change her life. He's going to be, I think, very loving and very kind and very protective. And he's not going to let anyone do anything to hurt this woman ever again. He's going to take care of this woman like she's never known. Because he truly loves this woman. And she truly loves him. I think they have this connection, this very strong spiritual connection. It's between the soulmates. The twin flame is over. This person's decided they do not want the twin flame, and the universe has given them a soulmate that is madly in love with them. And right now it's being kept secret. That's why they're making silent moves. But I think this person is very close to moving towards bringing this relationship out to the open. And I'd like to see if I can find out this secret relationship. When might it come out in the open? It's going to come rushing in. It says not in this lifetime in reverse. So in this lifetime, why is it saying that? Because it's not the right time. Patience is required. And way off in the future. Can you tell me when? In the winter. Be more specific, please. More than a year. So it could be a couple of years in the winter before this relationship and not in the spring. When will these two people be in a relationship, whether it's public or not? In a few weeks. In less than a month. And not later than you think. So sooner than you think, they're going to be together in the next few weeks. So they will probably see each other in the next few weeks, but they won't make it public yet. They're going to keep it secret for a while. Now, why, I don't know. Can you tell me how this King of Wands feels about this Queen of Wands? Drifting came out. And mirroring. How does she feel about him? like there's going to be some problems, some shock, some trouble because of it being only you. She, he feels like she's trying to get away from this other man. How else does he feel about her? Because that's not all he feels about her. Like, he doesn't want her to have to go through this emotional whirlwind. He is going to protect her from this. She knows when that other guy finds out that it's going to be only her and she doesn't love him anymore, that he's going to try to make her life a hard road to hoe. And he, this new man is realizing that she's drifting away from him to prevent this emotional whirlwind. What's going to be the outcome here? Somebody's going to apologize. And how will that go over? Somebody's going to say, all you mirror are third party influences, and now I have a third party. What does her third party look like? Like, they're not chasing somebody and they don't have a resentment. And they've reached their limit with you. So, don't be chasing her. Don't be coming after my woman. Because you don't want me to have a resentment. This King of Wands is in love with her. And he's not playing. He's not playing. Now, I have a question. And we're going to take a quick little break so I can grab a Coke. And then we're going to do the Q&A and we're going to do the lottery numbers. So get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. I hope you're all still here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hype. Anything you can do, get it out, get the word out, whatever you got to do. All right, tell me, Spirit. Abundance. Oh, don't go in a new direction. This new man that I'm talking to, is he being sincere with me about everything he's telling me? This new man that I'm talking to, is he sincere in everything that he tells me? Has he told me anything? Has he told me the whole, everything, has everything he said to me been honest and been truthful? It's unlikely. It has to do with recovery. How about his identity? Has he lied to me about his identity? Forgiveness and get more information. Is he who he says he is? Yes. Helpful people. Something better. So he is who he says he is. And he's in love with me. But he hasn't told me the truth about something. Is he going to? Meditation brings answers. Big happy changes. Am I going to see him in the next few weeks? If you believe, will I see him in the next month? Ooh, he's good. Spirit said no. Not no, but double no. Improving health. Will I see him sooner? Yes, big happy changes. Wait. Will I see him in the next 2 weeks? No need to worry. Don't stop. Okay. So it looks like he's telling me the truth about who he is. Is he in love with me? Abundance and trust came out. Is he in love with me? Wait. He's got to recover. What do you mean? Yes. There's helpful people. And there's nothing better. Or there's something better. So it's like he has other people getting information about me, is what it's sounding like, to make sure he can trust me with his money. But yes, he is in love with me. And people are helping him to make sure that I am in. Does he know I'm in love with him? He's figuring that out now. He's checking all directions. Are we right for each other? Yes. Peaceful resolution, yes. So all of this, he's going through, he must have a lot of money because he's going to a lot of trouble to check me out in a lot of different ways to make sure I'm not like just after his money. Spirit, am I just after his money? That's what came out. No. And look, no. That's not my style. Okay. So I hope I'm about to meet my King of Wands, my soulmate, and that this person will finally be the one who shows me at 53 years old what true love is. Because I don't think I've ever truly known. I loved my husband because we had children together and because we had history, but we had that unhealthy. He was telling me it's buffering. Is that better? My darling. Somebody give me a like or show me some love if it stopped buffering. If it's buffering like that, y'all got to tell me so I know. Because if I don't know, I can't do anything about it. It's the Wi-Fi. If I have too many devices on Wi-Fi, it buffers. Hold on. Hey, Kailash is here. Welcome to the show, Kailash. Thank you for letting me know it was buffering. I hope they got the gist of it, most of it, the gist of it. And I think they did. I think they did. I'm going to go grab a Coke. And I'm going to come right back. And we're going to do lottery numbers. So if you know how many you need me to give you, let me know. And I'll pull that many numbers. I have cards I can use. Or I can use numbers. I have a bunch of numbers. We're going to keep playing until we win. And I'm asking God to give it to the people who need it the most. So look up online how many numbers they use in the lottery in your country. Because in the United States, it's like 1 through 66. And in India, it's like 1 through 69. I can't remember. But we're going to keep playing until some people hit. And when we hit, we're going to hit big. And we might hit more than once. Because I am asking God to help those of us who are struggling with our finances. And we were told that we were going to have a windfall at work. And I'm trusting that this is it. I'll be right back. Sorry, I took a longer than usual break. Needed it. Okay. I love you too, Kailash. Hey, Priya. How are you, sweetheart? I have my candle here. It's called Pink Prosciutto. And it's grape, pink, citrus, berries, and tangerine. And it smells lovely. I gotta go get some new candles. I just got my first paycheck from my job, and I've got to pay my car payment. And I haven't been able to find out how much money's left in the bank after I paid a few other bills. So I don't know. I can't keep up with my money because I don't have any online access. It's really frustrating. All right, so does anybody want me to pull lottery numbers for them? Or does anybody have any questions? Somebody was asking about getting married. Everybody left. Is anybody coming back? I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to come back. I'm sorry I had to take a break. Thank you for all the likes. All right, so I'm gonna ask. In the United States lottery, how many numbers do they use? They select a total of 6 numbers for the jackpot. How many Powerball number combinations are there? Okay. With the United States lottery, how high do the numbers go? Okay. 40. Okay. Why isn't it working? Hmm. Okay. How many numbers are there total in the United States lottery? Sorry. Okay. Anybody showing back up? It doesn't look like it. What's the highest number in the United States lottery? 69. The highest white ball number is 69, and the highest Powerball is 26. So 1 through 69 and 1 through 26. And over here, I have for Powerball, these are for India. All right, Spirit. What is going to be the winning numbers for the next Powerball in India? May I see, please? The winning numbers for the next Powerball in India. What will be the 8 numbers that are selected? Is it 8 numbers? How many numbers are selected? Shit. There we go. How many numbers are selected for the Powerball in India? 6. Okay. 1 through 69 and 1 through 26. All right. What will be the next lottery in India? Give me the first out of the 5 numbers. Whoa. What will be the first out of the 5? Y'all see that? First out of the 5 numbers in the lottery in India. What's the first out of the 5 numbers for the lottery in India? 10. What's the second? What's the second for the lottery in India? The next winning lottery in India. The first number is going to be 10. The second number is going to be 46. Third number for the next winning lottery in India. Third. Number 34. So number 1, your first number needs to be 10. Your second number needs to be 46. Your third number needs to be 34. All right. What's the fourth number for the next winning lottery in India? Whoa. Only for those with pure of heart may they win and be prosperous. Ten, 46, and 34. All right, what's the fourth number? All right, I just got 2, so I'm going to take them both. Number 8, and then I got 3. Number 11, and the Powerball is number 9. So, I would get a ticket if I were you with these numbers if I lived in India. And just try it and see what happens. 10, 46, 34, 8, 11, Powerball number 9. Okay? Now, let's try the same thing for America. I think in America we have 8. How many numbers are there for the lottery in America? How many numbers do they choose for the lottery in America? For the next lottery in America? 6. Oh, okay, so it's actually 6 numbers. That's why it gave me that extra number. So I need to pull a Powerball now. So Spirit knew something I didn't know. What's the Powerball for India? Use those numbers, and that 11 is part of it. What is the Powerball? Spirit is so amazing. Powerball for India, Spirit. Powerball coming out for India in the next winning lottery, which I think is tonight. You might want to go ahead and get if you haven't, if they've already drawn for tonight, it'll be the next night they draw. What's the winning Powerball number? Powerball number. Powerball number. May I have a Powerball number for India, please? Powerball. Powerball. Okay, I'll answer your question in just a moment. Powerball, please. Spirit said get the Powerball out of the bag. May I have a Powerball for India, please? The Powerball for India is number 5. Okay. I wonder what these are. I didn't know you had 6. I thought you had 5 numbers, but Spirit drew 6, didn't Spirit? And then I had to get a Powerball. I don't know what these are. Oh, they're just more. These are cool, y'all. These are some really cool numbers. This one right here goes all the way up to 80, 90. Alright, so I'm going to answer this person's question, and then I will do the United States lottery, okay? Alright, you want to know feelings for your partner, Afkar for you, and if he'll text you. Okay. Are you still here? Sabo official? Sabo official, are you still here? Okay, Alyssa, are you still here? Okay. You want to know if in love with you or if he loves his girlfriend. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me if this person is in love with his girlfriend? Within the next few weeks, it's up to you. In the near future, look for a sign. You've seen a sign recently. In the near future, you've seen a sign that it would be up to you within the next few weeks. Is he in love with her? Is he in love with Alyssa? Within the next few months, it's not the right time, came out in reverse. So it hasn't been the right time. Is he in love with her though? Romance came out in reverse and improving health. So it looks like eventually he might start having feelings for you again. Is he over his current girlfriend? Be assertive, let go, and recovery. So it's like right now they're teeter-tottering on whether or not they should stay together. It's not giving me a specific yes or no because I don't think he's completely let go of her yet. But how does he feel about his current girlfriend? He feels like she's beautiful and humble. How does he feel about Alyssa? Like you're in despair. How does he feel about being in a relationship with Alyssa? Like you're his spiritual connection and it hasn't begun yet. Does he want it to? He hasn't realized yet. What's he going to realize? That he wants a second chance. That this is his fantasy. I think he's not getting along right now with this other person. Is he going to stay with this other person? Dark influences and mirroring a resentment that's happened. They've had some kind of falling out. Somebody's reached their limit. I think this person knows that he has feelings for you. That's what it's looking like. Is that he can't really hide that he has feelings for you. Somehow it's like she's aware of you. It doesn't say he loves her. It says he thinks she's beautiful and that she's humble. And it's not really saying whether he loves her or not. But it's saying that you have recently seen a sign that it would be up to you if you and him got back together. Y'all are a spiritual connection. So you have a very strong spiritual connection. And if you were here for the original reading, that was probably for you because not many people stick around. You're welcome, baby. Saboa or Saba official, did you ever come back? Thank y'all for the likes. All right, now I'm going to pull numbers for the United States Lottery, and I think we do To participate in the U.S. Powerball from India, you must select 6 numbers in total. It's 5 main numbers and 1 Powerball. So y'all do however you saw what I first came out with. Use that because I was reading it wrong. How many numbers do you pick for the Powerball in America? To play Powerball in America, you pick 6 numbers total. You must choose 5 white numbers from 1 through 69 and 1 red Powerball from 1 through 26. 5 unique numbers from a pod of 1 through 69. Alright, out of these numbers, may I have 5 unique numbers that will represent 5 unique numbers that will represent the white balls that are going to win in tonight's race. Because ours is tonight. 5 unique numbers. Number one. Number one. Number one is number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2 is number 11. So far we have 1, 11. Number 3. Number 3 is 3. Number 4. Number 4 is a 10. So we have 1, 11, 3, and 10. Alright, number 4. Number 4 is another 3. We can't have a duplicate number, so we're gonna do that one again. Came out as a 2 that time. Alright. So 1, 11, 3, 10, and 2. Those are the 5. Now, may I have the Powerball? May I have the Powerball, the red ball? What number will we get from the red ball? Number 30, and it came out twice. Twice, I can't make it up. This one, I think, was 20 first, and then it switched over to 30. The Powerball is going to be a 30. I can't remember what I said these 5 right here were going to be. But we're going to do it again using these. Number 1, winning number. We got 67. 50, 52, 51. One more. 67, 50, 52, 51. You can play it all these different ways if you want. Play one if you want. Do whatever you want. Too many. I need one more. That was happening with India too. number 8. We'll see if it comes back out. What? I picked something up. There was something there. 50, 52, 51, but I can't remember what was right there. I picked it up by mistake. Was it number 58? Alright. What's the 5th number? I gotta get some cards. These are just some, I don't like these kind of cards. What's the 5th number, please? Alright, I'm gonna take them both. I got a 10 and a 9. So if you want to try to play these numbers too, I got 58, 50, 52, 51, 10, and 9. And I'm going to try it again with these. Alright, first number. The first number, that's 0. We can't go with 0. 70. Okay, it only goes to 69. Alright, what's the first number? It could be 7. 60. 60. 40. 4. 11. 7. Powerball. 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 Number 3. And I think we had that a while ago. Or we had 30. I can't remember which. Alright, so I've given you guys some lottery numbers to try out and see what happens. That is a 18. If for some reason somebody needed an extra number. Alright, I'm going to pull trinkets real quick. Trinkets, please. Thank you for liking. Make sure you like the video on your way out. Alright, I got a Chinese thing that says, no profit grows where there's no pleasure to be had. Perhaps love. Somehow a flamingo. Where do they have flamingos? Do y'all know? Florida? I don't know. Every journey begins with a single step. I have a marble that looks like the moon. Somebody could be a Cancer. I have a gecko or some kind of lizard. I have a leaf for the fall. I have the Eiffel Tower, and it talks about Paris. The Paris is significant here. I have a star. Somebody's going to be a star or is a star. Look, I keep getting the Mickey Mouse key. Somebody's from Florida or is going to go to Disney World. And I also have a butterfly. Alright, Spirit, what's coming in the near future, in the next week when it comes to the collective's money? We're going to manage our money and have our animals. Alright, anything else? Spirit said caution. Why are we needing to be cautious when it comes to unlocking something? Oh, wait. There's a child. Somebody's child is here. Be careful about a child unlocking something. If you have a gun cabinet or a cabinet that you keep locked, be careful that this child doesn't unlock it. Anything else we need to know? You need to explore. What are we looking for? To make an investment that will grow. And will it grow? Will our investment grow? What's going to be the outcome of our investment growing? You're going to be on the right path and you're going to learn, be a student. Outcome of the right path. You're going to have a legacy and you're going to take off and you're going to get justice. Outcome of work. Business is here. Anything else? Beauty is here. Anything else? You're self-made. There's something legal. And you're doing odd jobs. Outcome of your legal. Your social media, a conflict, gossip, going to the next level, and being in the underworld. Outcome of your social media. Spirit says we can't talk about that. You're going to be in solitude, and you're a counselor. Or you need one, and you're going to be a peacemaker. I think you are one, or that psycho needs one. Outcome of the lottery. We're going to be networking, and we're going to have some transportation. So somebody might actually get enough money to get a car. Outcome of the car and the networking. You're going to manage your money when it comes to your animals and make peace. Alright, I guess we'll have to quit there. I don't know what else to say or do for you guys. I hope that you have a lovely day. Spirit, can you tell us who you've been talking to? Gemini, Jupiter, J, E, G, T, C, F, Y, number 8. VA, Neptune, EJHR, number 4, and a Y. Was that JAY? YOVAKW, Libra, Neptune, Y, number 5. One more time I'm hearing. DAHPLQT, Taurus, Jupiter, and number 1. Alright, that's going to be a wrap for today. We got another day coming tomorrow. We'll do another reading. And I will continue to pull lottery numbers. If you guys like that, I'll keep doing it. Or I can just help you play the numbers. I mean, numbers are good for a lot of things. It's numerology, right? So we'll keep using them. They'll come in handy. And I'm sure somebody's going to win the lottery. I'm going to pull these numbers and see what comes out, okay? Alright, I got number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Jesus, have mercy. Number 3. Oh my God. Number 50. Number 20. And number 1. Y'all, 3, 3, 3, 3. 50, 20, and 1. Does that freak anybody out? Somebody can have a life path of 3. Somehow 3 is significant. And 3 was, I think, the Powerball number for the lottery in the United States. Alright, I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun with you guys. And I want you to understand that the only reason why I'm doing the lottery is not so people can become filthy rich. It's so that people who can't afford to live can make some money to live off of. And hopefully they'll be generous with it and help others. That's my prayer, okay? And if Spirit tells me to stop, I'll stop. If you want a private reading so I can give you private numbers, I'm happy to do that for you. And I don't mind doing private readings for you anyway. I do charge a little bit for those. whatever you're able to afford, and I trust that you'll be honest with me about that. Let me know. Reach out to Kailash and let us know, and I'll be happy, happy, happy to do a reading for you, okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with another reading. Take care. Bye bye. Namaste.